Okay, guys, time for my regular Raw review. This one's probably going to be a bit shorter than usual. I'm just going to be honest, straight up with you right now. I did not like the freaking show at all, and I gotta go work on shit for Universe videos, so this might be a quick review because I fucking hated the majority of the show. To kick off the show, we had a surprising segment with Lesnar, though, which was actually nice. But Paul Heyman just came out there, and he just hyped up the triple threat. That's all he did. And then he started calling Dean Ambrose crazy and a nutcase, and he called Triple H the $1 million husband or whatever, championship husband or something like that. And then, but they were cut off by Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose comes out there and says that he's not crazy. He's just he knows what he has to do to defeat Lesnar. He's the WWE's Iron Man. He knows Lesnar's going to give him an ass whooping, but at the end of the day, he's going to be able to bounce back from it. So Lesnar's pretty much going to have to kill him to keep him down. A really good segment from Ambrose. I hated the fact that Lesnar was just standing there laughing the whole time. I thought that made Ambrose look a little bad, but then when I think about it, it's kind of funny because hey, Ambrose is saying all this shit. Lesnar's just standing there laughing because he knows he's gonna whoop his ass, which is gonna happen. But Dean Ambrose could come back at the end and somehow win. So I mean, that's what it makes complete sense. He's not, but it makes complete sense and how they book it like that. So great job. And Dean Ambrose actually walks out of the ring alive after telling Brock to take him to Suplex City. So that's very interesting. Then after that, we get a pointless match between Kalisto and Rusev, and Alberto's at ringside on commentary. And I don't know what to make of this. The whole time when Alberto's talking, it just sounds like he doesn't like care anymore. So I mean, I've heard that Alberto's injured. I don't know if that's true or not, but apparently he's supposed to have a match at Fastlane for the United States Championship as a rematch, which he won't freaking win. Stupid Kalisto will win the damn match, but overall, this match was pretty weak. I mean, I didn't really like it. There was a few cool segments where Rusev caught Kalisto out of midair and he caught him into like a spinning, like Uranagi type maneuver. And then Kalisto went to dive on the outside. Rusev caught him out of midair with a super kick. And shit, what was the one cool thing that Kalisto did? Well, nothing because it's just the same stupid flippy shit that he always does. So nothing really cool, nothing out of the ordinary. Um, and Kalisto, I believe, ended up winning the match. I can't remember how though. How did he beat Rusev? Oh yeah, that's why I don't remember. It was an actually decent match, but then the ending pissed me off. Rusev ended up getting counted out. Rusev went to throw Kalisto like over the announcer's table. Kalisto landed on his feet and then like jumped off onto Rusev. And when he did this shit, the ref stopped counting for some reason at 7. Ooh, that was retarded. He stops counting at 7, lets Kalisto hit his move. Then after Rusev's down, then he starts counting again, and then Rusev gets counted out. And that's pretty much it. Alberto tries to attack him. Kalisto runs away like the little mosquito he is. But that's besides the point. Terribly boring match. I didn't care about it at all. I hate Kalisto. Rusev's a good wrestler. I'll admit that. He's a good wrestler, but I don't like him. He's boring. I just hope Alberto kicks Kalisto's damn head off at Fastlane, to be honest. So then after that, we get a segment with Reigns and Ambrose backstage. And Triple H has got the title like sitting in this glass case back there, and they're just talking about how he just left it there. And I think they mentioned something about taking it or something like that. And then Stephanie shows up, and she's just trying to put a wedge in between Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, saying that Dean Ambrose is Roman Reigns' sidekick. And then Ambrose comes back with a remark. No, actually, the majority of the time, Roman Reigns is my sidekick, which I thought was hilarious. I mean, Ambrose is the one with the championship right now, so I mean, but funny segment, and that ends up leading to Stephanie announcing the main event tonight, which is the New Day taking on Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. For once, a freaking tag team match in the main event that I'm not hating on and like I think's complete shit. This was actually a good match, but I actually like the setup. Like I thought that sounded interesting. 2/3 of the Shield versus the New Day. I'm sure we've seen it tons of times, but it's good. Then we had a backstage segment with Brie Bella and Charlotte, and with the way they're going with this, they're trying to make you cheer for the Bella twins now. Even though clear back when Charlotte took the belt from her, everyone hated Nikki and Brie. honestly, with the amount I hate Rick and freaking Charlotte right now, I think I'm gonna start cheering for the freaking Bellas because I cannot stand Ric Flair or Charlotte. They're both freaking annoying. Ric Flair needs to go back to his freaking retirement home. But this segment basically, Charlotte was just bad mouthing Nikki, saying that it's her fault that Nikki's injured, and she's not gonna say sorry though. And Nikki can go and do her new stage of her life, which is online shopping. Whatever. After that, we get the Usos taking on the Social Outcasts. And this was pretty funny. I don't know why everyone's booing the Social Outcasts. I think they're hilarious, to be honest. But especially Bo Rida, man, he's MVP right now. But Usos come out. I had no clue who they were gonna fight. Biggest thing of the night, Lillian Garcia when she's announcing the Usos. She says that they are Grammy Award winners instead of SLAMMY Award winners. Now I feel terribly bad for her because the rest of the night down below on the Twitter tags and everything, people tweeting, every single one all the way till the main event was talking about how she said Grammys. And then JBL and then we're making fun of her on commentary. You did. Michael Cole too. Even I'm sitting here thinking, really, Michael Cole's gonna make fun of her for messing up something? Are you serious, bro? But I almost feel bad for her, but it was hilarious because I sit there and I was like, Grammy? They won a Grammy? Shouldn't Heath Slater have won a Grammy before them? I mean, really? But Social Outcasts come out and they're talking about how they chose each other. They're not blood brothers. They chose each other. And then they called themselves the Four whatever. And it was hilarious, though, because Bo Dallas didn't come down to the ring with them. And then they're like, wait, where's Bo? Where's Bo Rida? And then they're trying to say, Adam Rose is like, maybe we forgot him in the back. And he's like, no, guys, shut up. Don't you remember last week he told us he wasn't going to be here because Bo Rida's in the studio making some new chicka chicka wah. Then they were just doing stupid ass freaking wannabe rap sounds. It was hilarious. And they're like, he's doing that freaking chicka chicka. they're just going off with stupid shit. And they announced it originally that it was going to be Heath Slater and Curtis Axel in the match and Adam Rose at ringside. But for some reason, when the match started, it turned out to be Heath Slater at ringside and Curtis Axel and Adam Rose in the match. So I don't even know. They're like the New Day now. It doesn't matter. They just swap out. But this was actually a good match. This was fairly entertaining. Heath Slater on the outside was actually kind of funny. Not like Xavier Woods good on the outside, but he was pretty funny. Especially when Adam Rose calls him the Red Dragon. But there wasn't too many big moves in this match. Like the highlight that I remember from the Social Outcast when they're just beating down Jey Uso, I believe. Adam Rose did like a diving knee off the top rope while Curtis Axel had him in like a backbreaker, and it looked pretty freaking sweet. So they did that. Jimmy ended up getting the tag. He came in, of course. Super kicked all three of them. Super kicked Heath Slater off the apron. Caught Curtis Axel out of midair with a super kick. And then Adam Rose went to clothesline both the Usos. Duck, double super kick from the Usos. And then, of course, up to the top rope. Uso splash. Really good match. I didn't care that the Social Outcast pretty much jobbed to him at the end because it was funny and it was a good short match. What the tag matches with the Usos and Social Outcast should be is a good short match that's funny too. But I thought overall it was great because of all the super kicks mainly. You know, I'm a super kick mark. So then after that we got Miz TV segment, which honestly I was going to skip this till I found out who the guest was. The guest is going to be none other than the phenomenal AJ Styles, the best wrestler in the freaking WWE right now. But you know what? You know what they do? Of course, The Miz doesn't even let him talk at all. The Miz is just sitting there pretty much telling AJ Styles' whole life story, and every single time AJ Styles tries to talk, Miz pulls the mic away and just starts talking some more. And I'm just sitting here thinking, how long are they gonna let Miz go on and just bash like his Styles? This is just getting ridiculous. Shouldn't AJ like get up there and hit him with Styles Clash or something? He eventually did, but Miz was just going on about how he was a redneck and he should have never made it here and all this. And yeah, it was almost aggravating me too, because that's how much I like AJ Styles. He's just like that stupid redneck, and he's just talking with the southern accent, which I don't like rednecks, but AJ Styles, I'm kind of in the area, so like when it's someone like AJ Styles, I kind of got to, but because AJ Styles is cool as shit. So yeah. Long story short, one of my favorites, possibly my favorite of all time. And this segment was pretty dumb, and it kind of made me mad because AJ Styles didn't have a match on Raw tonight, which I thought was dumb, and that just set up for their match on SmackDown. Miz is going one on one with AJ Styles on SmackDown. AJ Styles better just completely destroy the Miz. He ended up finally getting pissed when Miz said that AJ Styles should have never made it here and that he's a joke and stuff like that, and he's a dumb redneck. Then AJ got up and just started beating the shit out of him. And of course, the Miz ran off like usual, just like the average Miz TV segment. Then after that, we get Brie Bella versus Charlotte. And to make this story short, Brie Bella ended up pinning Charlotte, which I don't know if I'm happy about or not. It was terrible too. Like her roll up was so slow and awful. Ric Flair towards the end of the match got up on the apron and was distracting her, trying to "Whoa, fuck you, Flair." He's up on the apron. Alicia Fox is over there yelling at him. Oh, those two fuckers on the outside. We could have did without both of them. I hate Flair. I hate Alicia Fox. They're just bickering over there on the outside. Ric Flair actually goes to kick Alicia in the face, which is trying to get him off the apron, which is hilarious. I'll admit that one was funny. But then the Charlotte ends up going for the figure eight, and when she does, Brie Bella takes about a year to roll her down and pin her, and she ends up getting her with a roll-up pin. So, yes, terrible match. Completely stupid. Brie Bella, for no reason, gets a win. And we obviously know Sasha or Becky is going to get the belt, and they're going to get the match, not fucking Brie. So why Brie going to win over her? Are they trying to make the Bellas still relevant? I mean, whatever. Moving on after that, we get Eric Rowan versus The Big Show. I had to clip my fingernails for this match. Big Show match. Gotta find something to do. But I believe this match only lasted about 2 minutes. I think Big Show just completely destroyed Eric Rowan from what I heard over my TV. It sounded like Big Show just like wiped out the whole Wyatt family and then chokeslammed Eric Rowan for the win. But then afterwards, the Wyatts just completely destroyed the Big Show. And for some reason, Bray's not out there once again. For some odd reason, every once in a while, Bray doesn't show up. Whatever. Wyatts end up completely wrecking Big Show afterwards. Rowan with the big roundhouse kick, Luke Harper with a super kick, and the discus clothesline, then Braun Strowman taking him down with a shoulder tackle. And then they ended up double body slamming him onto the steel steps. So, like, they just completely wrecked Big Show. Good. Maybe we'll have to see him for a while. And I'm not even going to talk about the next match. Gay-ass O'Neil, his stupid little, he's helping the little kids read so he gets to win matches. Because I'm Titus O'Neil. I can throw people. Yeah, that means I'm a great wrestler and I should beat good NXT wrestlers like Tyler Breeze because I can toss people around. Yeah. Oh, and I played football. I forgot to mention that one. I fucking hate him more than Ryback. Okay, but speaking of that, stay tuned because Titus O'Neil might very soon become a bigger jobber than Bryson Blade in Universe mode, so stay tuned for that. But Brock Lesnar and Triple H had a segment backstage, and there wasn't much to this. Triple H is just trying to mess with Brock and get in his head here, telling him that, asking him if Suplex City's gone soft and all this shit because he let Dean get away, and we found out later it didn't. And then they just teased for Triple H versus Brock Lesnar at Mania, which we know won't happen because Brock's facing Bray. Then after that, we get the match of the night by far. This is like the only part of the freaking night that I actually liked. Dolph Ziggler going on against Kevin Owens for about the 100th time, but their matches every single time is good. They're actually getting to the point where I hate Dolph Ziggler, but like they're getting to the point to where I'm actually starting to like Dolph Ziggler a little again because he's putting on really good matches. There was one spot in this match to where like Ziggler's head bounced off the freaking turnbuckle pad, and he just sold the shit out of it. And it looked like he would have for sure had a concussion after with how bad his head got hit into the freaking turnbuckle pad. But throughout this whole match, Kevin Owens is just brawling him down to the mat and shit, just beating him down, just smack talking him too. Kevin Owens had him in a side headlock. I'm so happy I get to meet Kevin Owens fan access. When he had him in a side headlock, and Dolph Ziggler was putting his hand on his face. He's like, "Get your hand out!" Just screaming at him and shit the whole match. Towards the end, Dolph Ziggler ends up going for a super kick. Kevin Owens counters. Ziggler bounces off the ropes. Kevin Owens connects with a super kick onto Ziggler. They go to the outside. Ziggler ends up hitting a famouser on Kevin Owens on the outside. Um, then I believe Dolph Ziggler's going to the top looking for that face buster, and then Kevin Owens knocks him down, counters it, hangs Ziggler's hung upside down on the ropes, and Kevin Owens does the freaking cannonball while Ziggler's upside down on the ropes, freaking awesome. And then they both fall down. They're just falling backwards stereo, and I thought it was hilarious because Kevin Owens just looks over at Ziggler and they're like stereo falling backwards. And then after that, Kevin Owens ends up going for the pop-up powerbomb. And when he does, Dolph Ziggler jumps over him and catches him with a zigzag, which was freaking awesome. I love the finish. Not going to complain at all that Ziggler won because it was awesome. I just wish he would have pinned him quicker. Jesus, Ziggler, you don't have to sell your injury that much. Damn, you freaking need to pin him quicker so it doesn't look like he actually has a more of a chance to kick out. Because then now you're messing with me thinking Kevin Owens is going to kick out, which I guess is good for business. Okay, moving on. We get Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. And honestly, this match didn't turn out to be much because before the match starts, once again it got interfered in it. But before the match starts, Sasha cuts this promo about how she's branching out on her own now, and then she's cut off by surprisingly Naomi and Tamina. They come out there, say that they're going to support Sasha. Okay, whatever, it's all good. Becky Lynch comes out, they start their match. They're going back and forth, bridge pins and stuff. Cool, nice pins back and forth. You just have to watch it. I can't really call the pins; they're hard to call what they did. But towards the end of the match, Naomi and Tamina have Becky on the outside, and they're about ready to hit her. Sasha goes out there and says she wants to do it on her own, and she doesn't need Naomi and Tamina out there to help her. Okay, and then Naomi pushes Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks shoves her back. And then amongst all this, Naomi and Tamina decide to beat up Sasha. And when they do, the best thing ever for the Divas division happened. Becky Lynch comes down to the aid to Sasha Banks, and it looks like Sasha and Becky are back together again. If you didn't watch NXT clear back then, Becky was Sasha Banks' protege, and now it looks like they might be going back to that angle to where they're working together. So I hope that means that they're both going to take the title from Charlotte, like help each other take the belt from Charlotte at Mania. That would be what's best for business. So just FYI, fuck you, Charlotte. But overall, that match ended kind of sloppy. And then we had Chris Jericho with an interview backstage where he's just talking about how he's just trying to put over AJ Styles. And he's talking about how he's curious and he's going to be looking into the Miz and AJ Styles match on SmackDown. So I don't know if that means we're going to get Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles at Fastlane, possibly. That wouldn't be half bad. I want AJ versus Dean Ambrose for the title, but that can happen at Mania. For now, AJ Jericho, that doesn't sound bad. Then we get a segment with R-Truth and Goldust, to where R-Truth's about ready to go to the bathroom, and he opens the stall, and Goldust is sitting there on the toilet, and Goldust once again asks him if he wants to be his tag team partner, and R-Truth says no. Goldust says, why? Because you're a weirdo. And then Goldust proceeds to ask, okay, who was your last tag team partner? Was it Little Jimmy? Someone who's imaginary? And he just pisses off R-Truth. R-Truth walks off, tells him he has doo-doo on his shoe, and then walks off. and Goldust says something about he didn't mean imaginary, he meant planetary, like his crazy brother. And now that he says that, I'm thinking for sure we're gonna get Cody Rhodes back with Goldust as a tag team, and they might be the ones to defeat the New Day. I'm not for sure, but that would make sense. And then finally, we get the main event, which is the New Day versus Reigns and Ambrose. Now, there's not much to talk about this match because match was like average, like usual. New Day come out, cut a hilarious promo. Big E calls Birmingham, where are they at? Birmingham somewhere. He calls it Booty Ham in the intro. Then they come down to the ring and they say that they're not talking about the booty between that Rose chick slash dude thing and Kanye West on Twitter, which if you don't know the story, just go find it on Twitter. So they're not talking about that, they're talking about the people's booty, as in The Rock, and then they're talking about how they support kids, and they've got this kid out in the crowd just doing the New Day Big E dance. And then they're like, "It's okay, kid. If we have to, we will fight you, but we will do it out of love." So now they're saying they're gonna fight little kids. Of course, they're cut off after the New Day Rocks chant by Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Overall, this is a decent match. Kofi had the advantage, surprisingly, at the start of the match. Kofi just slapping Roman's head and it was hilarious. It's like, he called him a youngin or something like that, or a son or something. I keep forgetting how old Kofi is compared to the rest of them, I guess. But it was pretty funny. But then Roman Reigns, of course, gets the advantage. The match goes back and forth. Dean Ambrose gets the hot tag. Then Xavier ends up attacking him on the outside. The whole time Paul Heyman's on commentary, so you know what shit's about to go down at the end. And then Dean Ambrose finally makes the tag back to Reigns, I believe. Reigns goes on, fights for a bit. Then he gets actually taken down again. And they end up making the hot tag to Dean Ambrose finally, which I didn't think they would do. I didn't think Dean Ambrose would actually get the victory. But and then Ambrose drops the elbow. Kofi comes in and interferes. It completely breaks down. Ambrose does a suicide dive on the outside. Kofi tries to attack Ambrose. Reigns runs up the steel steps, takes him out with a clothesline. Then they get him back in the ring. Roman Reigns catches Kofi with a Superman punch. And then Dean Ambrose spins Big E into the Dirty Deeds. And they get the 1, the 2, the 3. But then, of course, the celebration's cut off really quick by Brock Lesnar. And instead of taking him to Suplex City, he goes down there. New Day assaults them. They get the advantage again. Kofi and Roman Reigns go on the outside and start fighting. Dean Ambrose ends up getting F5'd by Brock Lesnar. No Suplex City night, just F5. And then he walks off, and I'm sitting here thinking, why the hell didn't the F5 Reigns too? Oh, that's right, because you got to make Roman Reigns look strong, yeah. And having Brock Lesnar F5 is not making him look strong, so you can't do that. Yeah. But, anyways, that was the end of Raw. Like I said, if you haven't watched it, the only thing worth watching is Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. Anything else was just stupid. I mean, AJ Styles was on the show. That was cool, but it was just Miz TV, so who gives a fuck? And, yeah, that's it. Like I said, the Grammy match, Usos versus Social Outcasts, was a funny, like, good match, but, like, it's not worth watching. The only thing on there that was worth watching was Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. But you know what is worth watching? My WWE 2K16 Universe storyline, which you can go back on the channel and watch now. Watch it now.